Welcome back, you guys, to another Madden 23 Bucs franchise episode. And this week we are playing against the New Orleans Saints. Definitely the biggest rivalry of the NFC South, I feel like. And they are 3-3. We're 2-4. We're kind of fighting to try and win the division. Although the Panthers are 5-1. Actually, I'm not sure why the Panthers are 5-1. Oh, and of course I get disconnected. But we're gonna look at the Panthers lineup real quick. I don't know. Do they have a quarterback now? So I checked the Panthers, and the reason they're 5-1 is because they have Jimmy G now, and they also drafted Miles Murphy, so they have some good edge rushers. But we're going to upgrade some players first, and then we're going to get into contract negotiations, continue to try to sign Antoine Winfield. We signed Mike Evans last week, so we don't got to worry about him. Tristan Wirfs gets an upgrade, finally coming back from injury. And we're going to boost him up to a 93 pass protector, boosting his pass block, finesse, power, and again, look, everything is looking fantastic. Run block is even great. And, yeah, I mean, what can you say about Tristan Wirfs? He's just, again, probably the best right tackle player in all of Madden. Tyler Johnson gets an upgrade. He really hasn't touched the field at all. I don't think he has a single catch, but he's boosted up to a 72 now because he's mainly a playmaker, but he's not all that fast. Usually playmakers, I feel like, have a little bit of speed. And so for renegotiations, we have $5 million in space right now, and that's bad. But that's partially because we're currently negotiating with Sealer and Montez Sweat and Antoine Winfield. And the thing is, we're getting closer and closer to trade deadline week. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, like, yeah, we can franchise tag one or two of them. I mean, just one of them, right? But, you know, that's an overpay, franchise tagging somebody. And Antoine Winfield, too, wants a lot more money, it seems like. At least Zach Sealer and Montez Sweat have they have interest in re-signing. Okay, we have a couple players that we really need to make sure we get their contracts through. We have about $5 million left in cap space, but that's because we're currently negotiating with Montez and Zach Sealer, and then Antoine Winfield as well, and John Ridgeway, I think, and Juwan James. But I think we're going to withdraw our offer for Juwan James just to open up a little bit more space. So that gets us up back to $10 million. And John Ridgeway is not that important. We're going to withdraw our offer for him, get up to $13 million. And our main focus is these three dudes. But, you know, Sealer and Montez actually have interest in re-signing. Antoine Winfield does not. We're getting closer to the trade deadline, and we're getting to the point where we might have to make a trade for Winfield to get him off the team if he is not willing to re-sign. But we're going to get him up to 10.8. I'm not the biggest fan of Antoine Winfield anyways. 5'9" free safety. More of a coverage safety, and God, he mostly just wants to be close to Texas. Let's see. Okay, so he just really doesn't want to re-sign with us. We're gonna have to trade him away, and we're gonna do that in this episode. So I didn't want to trade him, but he just does not want to re-sign, and we're not gonna franchise tag him. So that now we can focus on. Let's see. We can't take his offer away, but we're going to focus on Montez first. Obviously, we just traded for him and Zach Sealer, so I want to get Montez for 4 years, and let's see if we can get up to $9 million if he'll take this. And okay, perfect. He took it. Awesome. I feel like that's a slight overpay, but we can't afford to trade away like assets like Shaq Mason and Bryce Callahan and not get a good return long term. Zach Sealer, I really like him so far. He's had a good impact, great at stopping the run. He has high interest in re-signing. At 27 years old, I'd like to sign him for 4 years. And let's see if he just takes this. Oh, this is the last offer. He didn't take it last time. So let's go up to 5.5 and 3.7. And sweet, we got him too. So the only thing that sucks is that we are going to have to trade Antoine Winfield away. And I've liked him. I mean, he's been solid for us. He is not really exceptional at one particular thing, I feel like, in the game. But, you know, I mean, he's like almost a 90 overall free safety at 25 years old. And, you know, kind of one of the young star pieces on defense for the Bucs. And so I hate to get rid of him. But he's asking for a whole lot and doesn't want to play for us. So we're going to have to try to make something happen. Okay, so we decided not to trade Antoine Winfield. The biggest cap eater on the team for the next 2 years is Shaq Barrett. And again, he's a little bit older. He's not a part of the long-term plans. He has been really good for us, but we decided to trade him away in the hopes of being able to re-sign Antoine Winfield to a long-term contract, even if we have to slightly overpay. We're going to up his deal a little bit next week. And so we traded for Cam Taylor-Britt, who is currently 4th or 5th on the depth chart for the Bengals because they drafted a corner. And we got a 3rd-round pick as well. So it's nice to get a young piece back and open up a little more cap room and take a 3rd-round pick off of the Bengals. But, Yeah, we're going to have to wait until next week to actually see if we can get Antoine Winfield to re-sign. Teddy Bridgewater is the starting QB for them right now. Kind of interesting. I wonder if Jameis is still on the roster. We'll take a look at their roster real quick. But I am excited to see how the team kind of feels without Shaq Barrett on the field on defense. The defense has really been stepping up the last couple of weeks, so it's going to definitely be a little bit of a downturn defensively. So Teddy Bridgewater, they get Hendon Hooker, and they do not have Jameis anymore, so they moved on from him. But yeah, they get Hendon as the backup, who really should be playing over Teddy just to get some experience. They got, oh wow, Kamara must be, oh yeah, Kamara's injured. So this is a injured team right now. They got Will Fuller as their fourth wide receiver. The wide receiver group is a bunch of young, like solid receivers. Ryan Ramczyk is still there. Cameron Jordan, Trey Flowers, Mozzie Smith, and Austin Johnson, and Demario Davis, Pete Werner, and Marshawn Lattimore, Kyle Fuller, Paulson Adebo, Tyrann Mathieu, and Marcus May. So not quite the same Saints team that we're used to. A little bit different. Made some changes to the roster for sure. And this is a game we could, without a doubt, win. They're 3-3. We're 2-4. We're just coming off a big win against the Niners. And we'll just have to see how it goes. All right, we're coming out in a zone blitz on the first play of the game. Again, Antoine Winfield still on the roster. We obviously decided not to trade him. On the handoff, I don't even know how to say this halfback's name. Abanet Kanda. I've never seen this guy in college, but filling in for Alvin Kamara. He's got to fill in for some big shoes, and again, he's got a very weird name, kind of like Kamara does, and a nice tackle there by Winfield, making it 3rd and 7. 2 straight runs to start the possession. I don't know about that move. I mean, I think Dennis Allen is still their coach. Drop it back into coverage, 3rd and 7. We get beat. Tight end's got the catch, and down at the 50-yard line. Teddy with his first completion for 20 yards. Bad coverage by us. We were trying to switch into cover 3. We got stuck in the zone. We just couldn't use cover 3 again. So they got a bunch of receivers out wide. We got to worry about cover 2. It's a stretch play. Oh, we missed the tackle with the Abate, but luckily Carlton Davis is there. We're still in base 3-4. We're just kind of seeing if they're going to eventually start to pass the ball a little bit more consistently. They seem to be running it pretty heavily. We got Benjamin on the carry, and we're there immediately with Chenal and with Antoine Winfield. And yeah, we're kind of daring them right now to pass. On 3rd and 5, this is an obvious passing situation, and we're going to play man coverage. We got to worry about, let's see, they're number 84, one-on-one, oh, on the slant. And yeah, again, I don't know why, if they draft Hendon Hooker, why they would be playing Teddy Bridgewater, who's just like 1 overall higher. I guess he doesn't have the future franchise QB tag, but nice throw by Teddy again, picking up 9 yards. You know, like just kind of like fighting for being in the middle. That's like not. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're either trying to make the playoffs or we're trying to lose and get a high draft pick and get better, right, and be better long term. Oh, on the run to the outside, a good jet sweep. Finally, Winfield with another big hit, showing some passion, hitting Corey Davis on that play. He wants that contract extension, but only if it's going to be for big money. I mean, really, he doesn't want to be on this team at all. He wants to be in Texas. It is what it is. On the out, Joey Tron's there, but it's halfback screen. Oh, nice tackle attempt. Finally, Jaquan gets over there to make it, making it 2nd and goal. Yeah, no, I just think that they're at 3-3. Like, they should be making a definitive decision about like what they're going to do going forward, but it doesn't seem like they are. On the run, we had no one really there. They did a great job blocking us. Again, missing Shaq Barrett's going to hurt a little bit. Shaq Barrett's not the greatest run stopper. I mean, he's mostly a pass rusher at outside linebacker, but regardless, you know, having a low 70 overall fill-in for him that doesn't have power, finesse, or block shed is going to make the team worse on defense. And we're feeling that effect, I feel like, already. You know, playing against the Niners, playing against the Eagles, we were pretty successful on defense for the most part. Jalen Hyatt on the return. Good blocks. He's got one more man to beat. Oh, man. Almost took it all the way. Down at the 35, though. Baker and the offense coming out onto the field. But, yeah, it was really nice to get Sealer in there with Montez and having Vita Vea back and having Shaq Barrett on the edge as well, rushing. And it's unfortunate that we had to break that up, that front 4. But, I mean, again, we can't be paying Shaq Barrett a 70, like, you know, it was 70 7 overall. Can't be paying him $23 million per year for the next 2 years and not be able to re-sign our young elite players like Antoine Winfield. On the slant, Godwin getting open. Mike Evans on the block. And Godwin goes down near the 50-yard line. First completion for Mayfield for 15 yards. Again, just throwing a lot of these short balls. And defenses really are having a tough time. We're just making it so easy for Baker just to be able to throw it to Godwin or Mike Evans. And really, that's just all we're looking for most of the time. Irv Smith doesn't get a lot of touches, neither does Julio. Throwing it up to Mike, and he holds on to it again after getting just destroyed at the 30-yard line. And one of their defenders is down. Peyton Turner, I'm not actually sure who that is. First and 10 from the 30. Going to try running it with Leonard Fournette out of gun. And good blocks. Almost picked up the first. Going to fall down right at the 23-yard line. And Kyle Fuller is injured. I think he's like their second corner. And that's going to be a little bit of a blow for them. They don't have a lot of depth at DB. We're going to try a fake jet sweep. Get another run for Leonard Fournette. Again, scouting. You should know Mike Evans is never doing this. But one-on-one. Oh, gets the stiff arm off. And does he pick up the first? It's going to be third in inches, just barely. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a jet sweep, but we're going to make Chris Godwin do it. Going to the left. And we'll see if this works. Oh, yeah, great blocking. And we just barely get the first. I mean, last second, Cade Otton got beat by Trey Flowers. But, I mean, what do you expect? You know, Cade Otton is not the greatest blocker, and Trey Flowers is a pretty good edge rusher. On 1st and 10, we're going to try play action. Mike Evans, if he has a one-on-one with the safety, we're going to throw it up to him. He does, maybe, in the back of the end zone. Oh, it's just way too high. Way too high. That was... It hit the upright. Bad ball from Baker. On 2nd and 10, we're going to try inverse bench. See if Irv Smith's open on the out. He kind of is. We're throwing it up to Godwin. It's going to be a little inaccurate out of bounds. And it's going to be play action. See if Godwin can get to open the corner. Otherwise, we'd have to look for Irv Smith to pick up the first. The corner is maybe open. We don't get it off in time. Oh, it gets intercepted. Damn. Jalen Hyatt trying to go for the tackle. Fournette finally there. And if we had enough time, I think if we stepped into the throw, we actually might have had him in the back left corner, but who got beat on this play? I feel bad for Baker. I mean, like, when he has a clean pocket, he's actually pretty solid. Who got beat on this play, though? Was it Paris Johnson? Yeah, Paris Johnson just got straight up beat on the outside, and we should have stepped up into the pocket to make this throw. That's on me. If we stepped up, we probably could have made it still, because we have Fournette in front of us as well, but we get hit, and yeah, it's just a wobbler. And Bradley Roby just gets to step in front and get an easy interception. Now, the thing I don't like is that Devin White is such a good pass rusher at middle linebacker that they actually have him on the edge in some of these plays. So we got to have formation, sub him out, back into the linebacker spot, away from the D-line. On 2nd and 8, we're in cover 1. And is that Deontay Hart? No, it's not. Number 11. Washing over the middle. It's covered. One-on-one. Carlton Davis gets beat. So far, we have not gotten a lot of pressure on Teddy Bridgewater, and I feel like our defense has the most success when we do create pressure. A run. Oh, we did not fill the lane super well. He breaks another tackle. Diabate is the last man that can get there. Vita Vea was right behind him, too. All right, we're in 4-3 right now. Worried about the run a little bit more. And, oh, Sealer immediately breaks through, but a nice tackle on the play by Antoine Winfield, taking out Jaquan Brisker as well. But, yeah, no, Sealer got through so quickly, we actually outran the back on that play. But we're coming out in 3-4. We're trying to force Teddy Bridgewater to throw a little bit in man coverage. We got everything over the middle covered. One-on-one, a great tip by Carlton Davis, knocking it incomplete. But I also like coming out in 3-4 bear because we get Jaquan up on the line. And I do want to see him rush the passer a little bit. We're going to bring him off the edge. See if he can get through. He's got the chance. Oh, it's a halfback screen to the other side, of course. Nice tackle that time by Jamel Dean. And it's going to be cover 2 on this play. And again, yeah, Jaquan had a chance for a sack there. We're going to send him. Oh, we might get stuck in a bad situation. Oh, we got Vita Vea playing coverage, and Jaquan gets through for the sack finally. It seems okay. So it seemed like he should have got the sack on the last play, but it was a halfback screen. This time, Teddy Bridgewater has just no awareness on the play, and should have got rid of that ball immediately to the flat. It was just free on the flat, but instead we get very lucky that Jaquan comes up with a sack, Again, I love using the 3-4 bear with Jaquan up on the line. It's just, that's kind of where he should be as a run support safety. He should be closer to the line of scrimmage. Playing deep coverage is not what he is kind of built to do. And they missed the field goal, but please tell me this is not roughing the kicker. And it's an automatic first down. That is brutal, man. I believe that was Leo Chenal on the play. And we just got a huge stop, a big sack by Jaquan, and gets erased, essentially, as they missed the field goal. Oh, it's another screen. Joey Tryon trying to get out there. And finally, I believe that was Montez on the tackle. And see, look, we got Devin White edge rushing right now. I don't want this. And instead, running it up the middle, a great tackle by Gilbert, I believe, on the play. I'm trying to sub Devin White off of the edge. We're blitzing, 3rd and 3. And it's play action. Oh, we forced the incompletion with Jamel Dean. And we get the stop again. So again, our defense coming out, getting a stop, and forcing them to a field goal. Now, can Chenal just not rough the kicker? That would be great. I believe that was Chenal that did that. Okay, here we go. Let him kick it, and they made it this time. And the thing that sucked the most, too, is they missed the last kick, too. So it was going to be 7-0, but instead it's 10-0 after the mistake. And Jalen Hyatt is back to return it. Down 10-0 early to the Saints. I mean, kind of, again, we play down and up to our competition is what it seems like. Jalen Hyatt on the return breaks a tackle before going down. Because when we played against the Eagles and the Niners, we were thinking we might get just blown out. But instead, we stayed in those games, and a lot of the time, we had the lead. And eventually, we beat the Niners on the short out, Cade Otton, able to hold on to it. And part of it was the offensive strategy and just continuing to maintain possession of the football. But part of it was our defense stepping up as well. And, you know, in this game against the Saints, who are not the Niners and not the Eagles, again, like I said, it feels like we're playing down to them. Godwin open on the zig, able to hold on to, pick up the first down at the 40-yard line. And like I said, I feel bad for Baker because he has 6 TDs on the season, and after that interception he just threw, I believe he has 9 interceptions. And like I said, when he has a clean pocket, he's throwing pretty good balls. Oh, we threw that a little bit early. It's going to be incomplete. Just trying to get the snap off. We're going to stay in the same formation. We're going to try a counter to the left with Fournette with Irv Smith coming over. Seeing if this is going to work out. On the counter, they get through immediately. Fournette breaks 1 tackle before going down. And Austin Johnson is injured on the play. Their D tackle. 3rd and 7. Pretty clear passing situation, but we're trying play action. Seeing if this works. We got time. Throwing it over the middle. We get hit, though, and it's going to be... oh, a bad ball. Trey Flowers gets in on the pressure, and I think that might have been Paris Johnson's side again. You know, Tristan Wirfs, we usually don't got to worry about him too much. Let's see who it was. It was Paris Johnson again that got beat. And Fournette's just, I mean, he's there to block, and he just is just looking at Paris Johnson get beat. He's like, oh well. To be fair, Cam Jordan is coming off the other edge too. And so after the punt, there's 3 minutes left in the first half. We're in base 3-4 again, trying to force Teddy to throw the football. It's a run up the middle. Cuts it out left. And this running back, Abanikanda, has done a good job filling in for Kamara so far. Again, they've kind of gotten away from... I mean, they've done a couple halfback screens, but they've gotten a little bit away from what they used to do. Over the middle. Tried to break it up with Diabate on the play, but I'm not sure who got beat there. Vita Vea is injured again, man. We cannot afford these injuries to our key defensive players. We just don't have a lot of depth on this team. On 1st and 10, on the run. Winfield took not a great angle there. Devin White's got to track him down. Devin White gets stiff-armed by the rookie. Finally, Jaquan is there to make the tackle. And, man, I don't know what to say about the run defense. Sometimes we show up and play super well. I mean, for the most part, we might have the worst run defense in the NFL. We might actually have the worst. Running it back left. Trying to make the tackle. Oh, we forced the fumble. Winfield on the recovery. Wow. Well, you know, we bent a lot on that drive. Bursitis, we're going to let him stay out. We cannot afford an injury to him, but a long-term injury at least. I mean, we're getting killed letting them run consistently. Like, we over-pursued to the middle, and then he cut it back out left. Carlton Davis tries to get the cut stick tackle, trips him up a little bit, and Joey Tryon's the one that finishes him off. getting the big hit, forcing the fumble, and Winfield's on the recovery. And, yeah, we just got blessed. We truly got blessed. That's the one thing our defense is good at, though, is really forcing turnovers, forcing fumbles, I would say is the number one thing. It's kind of unusual for the defenses I like to have. Usually our defenses are really good at stopping the run, and we're really good at getting interceptions. And this defense is very different from that. Irv Smith on the throw. Oh, my God. Another bad throw from Baker Mayfield. That one was rushed. Play action, they got through immediately. I think we got to get back into the gun a little bit, create some more time for Baker to throw the football. This play we like to run quite a bit with Jalen Hyatt doing the double move, but it has not worked in forever. We're going to try bringing him over, snapping the ball. We got Fournette on the outside. He can't hold on to it. Damn, they're playing good coverage. I mean, I get it, like, Fournette's not the greatest route runner of all time, but I thought he could get open on a short out. On 3rd and 10, got to rely on our big playmakers to make plays for us. And the same play, we got Mike Evans one-on-one, back left shoulder. Can he hold on to it? It gets tipped away by Tyrann Mathieu. I can't lie, that was a fantastic play by Tyrann. And we got to punt it away once again. Can't get anything going on offense. We're going to have to come out of second half and come up with a new game plan. Cam Taylor-Britt getting his first action on the team, coming back and forcing the fair catch. But yeah, Israel Abanikanda. I kind of hate that he's in our division because I'm going to have to keep saying his name over and over again if Kamara's not playing. But he is, playing exceptionally well again. I think we have maybe the worst run defense in the league at times. At times we are great, and other times we just give up like 70-yard runs. Stopping him for only 4 this time, and it's going to be the 2-minute warning. Out of the 2-minute warning, we're in nickel, playing cover 1, and they're in empty. Definite pass. We got the double move covered, and Jamel Dean just watches Olave catch the ball. That's the most frustrating and infuriating thing, is when the ball is coming that whole time, and he just stands there. It's like he's not even looking at the quarterback ever. But he's got his eyes and his hips turned to be looking at the quarterback, but he's just not looking at him. Throwing it underneath on the curl. And Diabate is there to make the tackle on Israel Abanikanda, I think. And the game 2, they still have all 3 timeouts. They're going to call a timeout probably after this play. Guarantee this is a pass. We're watching over the middle. Instead, it's another curl. Jaquan's there to make the tackle. And so far, again, they're 11 for 13 passing the football for 90 yards. So really not looking for deep passes at all, and we're not too worried about deep passes. It's mostly been their run game that's been super explosive for them. On 3rd and 3, watching over the middle, another curl. Eli Ricks at least lays him out, actually hits the dude on the curl, but they just keep running the same curls, and we're just getting behind them every single time and letting him catch it for free for short yardage. Watching the tight end on the out, watching over the middle. Teddy Bridgewater scrambling, throws it away. And we'll take that. Finally, like, some sort of stop. On 2nd and 10, they're in empty once again. We're bringing pressure. That's the only time we've had success against this team is when we brought pressure. Off the right side. See if we can create a little bit of time. We got the short out underneath. Oh. Jamel Dean coming up with a tackle with Joey Tryon. And there's 40 seconds remaining. They may use this timeout to conserve a little bit of time. No, they decide not to. We're in cover 2. They're switching the formation. They're wasting time. Can't be switching the formation all that much. Watching over the middle. Oh, underneath. Trying to make the tackle. Israel goes down at the 4-yard line. They're going to call a timeout. They're probably going to take this field goal, I would guess. And they're going to give it another try. Okay, well, we're going to go into cover 2. And we'll see what they try to do. We're underneath. We're on the halfback. You got to watch the QB run. Oh, my God, man. Diabate... That's just annoying, man, because, like, you're never going to leave your zone to go actually stop the quarterback. Even if I click it on the right stick, it's like he just doesn't get there in time. I mean, look at this. Like, he is sitting back in the pocket. I mean, I've got Israel covered over the middle with Devin White. Eli Ricks is over there as well, and then Diabate is quite literally covering absolutely nobody. And instead of actually stepping up on Teddy Bridgewater, he just stands there. And I have to try to just make like a last-second tackle when I switch onto him. And Teddy gets to run in for free for the touchdown. And what are we going to do coming out of the half? We are going to try to come up with a different offensive game plan. 60 yards in total in the first half is just abysmal. on play action. And taking a sack on the first play is, was not part of the game plan. I try a jailbreak screen out to the left with Mike Evans. We're not getting a lot of time in the pocket. And we could have some blocks set up pretty well. Mike Evans going down after a gain of 7. And on 3rd and 11, we need a big gain. We're going to try a corner route by Chris Godwin out of play action. The only thing is, play action's not going to work. We're just going to have Leonard Fournette block instead. Mike Evans could be coming open over the middle. Oh, immediately getting through. Wirfs blocked nobody on the play. We had no time to even step up in the pocket. Cam Jordan just came through for free. I just don't get what the assignments were on that play at all. Cam Jordan is always rushing off the edge, and it took him 2.5 seconds to get there. And on a 3rd and long, when we got to set up and actually make a throw, they're in cover 4, we had no time. And instead, we're punting it away off of the 3 and out. Troy Pride back there with Cam Taylor-Britt. And the Saints are coming back on offense. And again, after that drive, we may have about 50 yards of total offense so far. The defense hasn't played fantastic, giving up 17 in the first half, but, I mean, God, the offense has been just terrible. Consistently just giving up possession. Finally getting a stop for only a gain of 1. We're going to try to bring in overload blitz on 2nd and 9. They're in single back. I expect another run. If it's a pass, though, if it's play action, we could get through with Eli Ricks. It's a pass. We're watching the slants. We're there. Eli Ricks coming in for the sack. Another big play from the rookie corner. Despite only having 88 speed, he makes a lot of plays for us. Whether it's forcing fumbles, getting to the quarterback. I mean, he does a lot for us out of that nickel spot. And right now, they're switching the formation again. Cover 2 could get beat. We're playing back a little bit. The curls are kind of open. We're watching it, though. Eli Ricks is playing 2. Instead, throwing it up. Winfield there to get the interception. It gets tipped away, though. They both went for it. Making it 4th and 16. Bridgewater now 14 for 18 for 130 passing yards. And we're going to be on the return. And so we had a 3 and out, but we forced the 3 and out. Hyatt on the return. Gets the stiff arm off before being tackled down at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 26. Try and play action on the first play. And our offense has just looked uninspired. Throwing off his back. Oh, my God. Marshawn Lattimore on the interception. As soon as I said that, Blossom game trying to get there. Finally bringing down Marshawn Lattimore, the 5-yard line. And this is, without a doubt, we did already re-sign Mike Evans, but without a doubt, I know he absolutely hates the Saints, and he hates Marshawn Lattimore. So I'm sure he's not too happy right now. In I form, we're bringing a blitz. Like I said, Israel getting to the edge and just outrunning the entire defense to the sideline. Vita Vea is injured on the play, and it's ugly. It's ugly versus our divisional rivals. Getting beat 24-0 like this, I mean, I don't even know what to say. In New Orleans. A bad throw, a forced throw by Baker on that play. And yeah, like I said, the offense has looked completely uninspired. Putting together hardly anything. Just a bad decision to go for play action. On the kick return, getting to the edge. Jalen Hyatt breaks the tackle, but cannot break away from the second defender. Going down the 30-yard line. Okay, Vita Vea is out for the rest of the game with a bruised sternum. Let's see, we'll try something a little bit different. We're going to do a lot more short passes. Got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out to the left. See who comes open first. Mike Evans open underneath. Holds on to it. Breaks one tackle before getting just knocked down for a gain of only 3 yards. See if Mike will get open on the zig. He does. Wide open over the middle. Picks up the first down. And that's kind of where we're most successful in those short passes, but because we're able to actually have enough time to make the throws. When we're sitting in pistol and in gun, we have a little bit of space, a little bit of extra time versus single back, but yeah, I just don't think... Mike Evans open over the middle again. When we're down by this many points, it's like we have to take a shot eventually. Now, here's the play where we take a shot. It's PA flood. Godwin might be open. Otherwise, we got to toss it up to Mike Evans. We have time to make this throw. Godwin's open on the play. He holds on to a big grab. He had multiple defenders on him. On 1st and 10, we're going to go for an RPO with Jalen Hyatt and Chris Godwin out there. And see, I don't think Jalen Hyatt's going to be very good at blocking on this play. And it's not there anyways. We're going to run with Fournette. Fournette picking up a couple yards. Running out of time in the third quarter with 2 minutes remaining. If we can get a touchdown before the end of the third, we might have a shot of getting back into this game. And try play action on 2nd and 7. Got a clean pocket so far. Got Evans on the crosser. Holds on to it. Can he get in the end zone? He does! He powers his way through for his 4th touchdown of the season. And touchdown number 7, I believe, for Baker Mayfield. But an outstanding throw, a great route on the crosser. Had a great blocking, too. Plenty of time to make this throw. Clean pocket. And yeah, I mean, Mike Evans just does the rest. Mike Evans, again, is that player that has the nose for the end zone. A lot like Brian Jackson in our Lions franchise. Mike Evans will not be denied when on the 1-yard line. 2-point conversion. We are going to try a slant with Mike Evans. It's kind of there. I give him the chance to grab it, and he does. A good job. I was worried about some coverage over the middle, but it was just straight up man coverage. No zone at all. No safety help. And so the slant was definitely there. And now we're down by just 2 scores, technically. We'd have to get 2 more touchdowns with 2 more 2-point conversions, but we got plenty of time to try and get some stops on the Saints offense. The big issue, stopping the rookie Israel Abanikanda, and we'll see if we can do it. We're bringing a man blitz first play. They're looking for a pass. We're watching the curls. Can we get the incompletion force? No. Jamel Dean gets beat again. And I don't know what to do to stop these curls. I don't know what to do. I don't know what zone to be playing. I think if anything, actually, to stop them, it might be better to do like a cloud flat, but play high. I could also adjust the coverage manually and do like a 10-yard drop instead. And another curl this time. Good tackle by Diabate on the play. They're continuing to run these short yardage, these route concepts where it's just several curls and like one guy running a go. And it's just killing us, honestly. It's killing us. And we're going to try cover 2 man out of dollar. And this is probably going to be the time where they actually run it. One thing I don't love is that we have some mismatches right now. On the out, we had Gilbert in on the play, and Gilbert was just across the field. Looks like a pretty obvious run at a single back. You got Winfield as the lone defender in zone. On the run, oh, it's play action, Jesus Christ. Brisker gets beat, going for the tackle. Oh my God, am I terrible? Am I terrible? I am terrible. I'm just terrible. Olave with the grab, and I just can't make a tackle sometimes, man. Like, that's the end of the third quarter. That might be the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. Chris Olave was just walking down the field, and we couldn't tackle him. That was bad. On the run, up the middle, 0-1 trap, and Israel, the rookie, takes it in for the touchdown. After the touchdown, makes it 31-8. I mean, yeah, we just did not play. We did not play with the right intensity. We did not play with any heart. Jalen Hyatt on the return goes down to 25. And, yeah, like I said, playing uninspired offensively. Not being... It's like we knew we weren't playing the Eagles and we weren't playing the Niners defense. And we just, like... It's like we took this week off, like, game planning. Godwin open underneath and just an inaccurate ball. Baker is now 10 for 20, 50% completion percentage for 120 passing yards. Gonna try to play action with Mike Evans on the post. We got time to make this throw. Throwing it out. It's a 2-on-1, but can Evans catch it? Oh, he had his fingertips on it. All right, we got 4 tight ends on the field. We know this is a pass. Irv Smith over the middle, holds on to it. Can't pick up the first, but in the fourth quarter at this point, we're going to be going for it for sure. Mike Evans is probably not going to be open. I expect him to drop into zone coverage. Godwin could come open here. I'm going to send him on a go. Godwin's open over the right side. Oh, we secure caught it, though, and he fell down. And the momentum is getting to us a little bit. It's hard to see what we're doing. We're going to run it with Fournette one play. Good blocks. Fournette picking up a couple yards. And again, not really committing to the run game like we should be. Our run offense is pretty bad, but I mean, we gotta like get Rachaad White some touches. We gotta get Lenny Fournette some touches. Over the middle, Godwin holds on to it again. Has been fantastic in this game for us. And finally, we don't have the squiggly routes anymore. Can't see what we're doing. Hyatt could be open underneath, and last second to get a tip on it. I think that was Pete Werner. And Paris Johnson is injured on the play. This should be actually a pretty good play for Jalen Hyatt. So it's the fake handoff, and it's the handoff to Hyatt, and no, instead the blocking is terrible. We lose 4 yards on the play. Let's see if Mike Evans can catch this ball. Oh my god, that was a bad throw. Lenny Foran's trying to stop him, gets the cut stick tackle down at the 46-yard line, and this game is basically over, man. Okay, so Paris Johnson, it can come back in the game. We're going to bring him back in, but so I threw the ball way too early. This is on me. And Chris Godwin, if we threw it just a second later, was going to come open, just have a little bit of space to make that throw. Jalen Hyatt was probably going to be open too, but instead we threw it prematurely. Mike Evans had some space, but then cut it upfield like he was supposed to on the route, and yeah, no, he just played it the whole way, got the pick. First attempt from the 46, a run up the middle, and we're there to make the tackle with Jaquan Brisker. Again, still picking up 4 yards on the play. Abanikanda with 130 rushing yards and 2 TDs, just killing us in the ground. We're going to run commit up the middle. Another run, you know it's coming, and we do get the stop just barely, making it 3rd and 5. And yeah, they're just like running clock with 4 minutes remaining in the 4th. We're dropping into cover 2. It could be a run again. I expect pass, though. I'm expecting curls. And it is out to the outside. And that was where we're supposed to play. And Jaquan, can you get there? Yeah, this game is over. We're going to go to the stats. Looking at the stats after the game, Baker with 1 TD, 3 picks. Israel Abanikanda just carrying in the ground game. 19 carries, 150 yards, 8 yards per carry, 2 TDs, and the 1 fumble. That was the only knock against him in the game. Fournette not getting a lot of attempts. Benjamin with 1 touchdown as well. And receiving-wise, Abanikanda also had 40 receiving yards. Godwin with 80. Mike Evans with 70 and a touchdown. And Irv Smith with 40. Jalen Hyatt only with 1 grab. Kate Otten with 1 catch as well. Defensively, leading in tackles was actually Diabate. It's unusual for him to be leading, but tackles for loss, Eli Ricks. He also had a sack. So did Jaquan Brisker. We had no interceptions, obviously, as Teddy did not throw a single pick. And then the forced fumble came from Joe Tryon, and no defensive touchdowns. And so after the game, we fall to 2 and 5. We get no player upgrades, and we are once again fighting for the #1 overall pick, it seems, as the Saints beat us to move up to 4 and 3 in the division, and the Panthers are, Panthers and Saints are ahead of us by a pretty wide margin. So thank you guys for watching. Next week we play against the Falcons, who are 0-6 and may very well be 0-7 by the time we play against them. And then we have our bye, and then we play the Falcons again. So we play the Falcons 2 out of the next 3 weeks, so that'll be kind of interesting. I might put that into one video, we'll see. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. Just a terrible performance. I can't lie, it was gross for me to even play. We did not step up and perform like we were supposed to, but I'll see you guys in the next video when we take on the Falcons in Week 8. Peace, you guys.